Hi, I'm Ethan Jervis, and I'm in Terry Gieber's Entrepreneurship 340 class. This class has helped me become more of a business-minded person and has helped me in my real-life business of shoe reselling. I started this business about 4 years ago, and it has been an amazing experience. Having this new information that I learned from your class will help a lot with my business. Why I started my own shoe reselling business. About 4 summers ago, I was working long days, Monday through Friday, morning to night, at Casey's General Store. This made me question better ways to make money or good ways to make money from side hustles. I started researching online and came up with shoe reselling to be a good one. I started watching videos and learning things about shoe markets, and eventually I figured out how to get started. While working at Casey's during slow shifts and breaks, I figured out my beachhead market. I knew the market size was very big in Johnson County, and I knew a lot of kids in my high school that were wanting the latest and greatest kicks. I also knew the potential for out-of-state or non-local sales from social media advertising and marketing. This made my potential market size limitless. Practicing entrepreneurship has been big in this class. Over the semester, we have been doing pitch decks, which have taught me a lot about being able to present my ideas in just a short 3 to 5 minutes that will give the customer an idea about my business. This has been helpful not only for presenting my business, but also teaching great communication skills. During our presentations, we had to have a slide discussing the customer's problem and how we were going to solve that. This practice made me start doing this in my own business, and I started questioning, what is the customer's problem and how can I fix that? I believe that my customers want affordable prices, good customer service, and availability. My business provides that. I realized I needed to sell shoes, and that's what my customers wanted. I did this by looking at market trends and pulling up polls on social media to find the best available deals for me and my customers. When I was starting my own business, I had to go through the design thinking phase. This is where I figured out what my inspiration was, what my utilization was, and how I was going to implement this. I went through this phase by empathizing with my customers, defining the problem of limited availability of hype shoes, brainstorming solutions, and doing a test run of the business and then asking for feedback and improvement. How the entrepreneurship mindset ties into my business. When I first started my business, it took a lot of rethinking, adaptability, and self-regulation. I was able to start doing this by talking to different people who had experience within the shoe reselling business. I asked people who I had previously been a customer to for help on starting my company and asked for tips for improvement. When I was coming up with a company purpose, I thought about what customers wanted most. They wanted affordable prices, good customer service, and availability. I was able to provide this by extensively researching the market for amazing deals to then turn around and flip to my customers for good deals, providing good, fast, and quality customer service, and being available when they decided to purchase or sell. When I was trying to figure out my marketing strategy, I used many different apps. I used Facebook Marketplace, Instagram, Snapchat, and word of mouth. What I figured out was that a combination of the three social media apps worked best. I realized that all three platforms had potential for a new customer to see that might not have been on the other two platforms. For every shoe I sold, I would list it on Facebook Marketplace, Instagram, and Snapchat, all with the same description, price, and pictures. My target market for my business was teens still in high school who wanted to follow sneaker trends and stay up to date with fashion. Kids in high school would see their favorite rapper or basketball player wearing a pair of shoes and go looking for the pair online for themselves. They would then find a listing by me for the exact pair they wanted and they would end up buying. Staying up to date was very important for the success of my business. When I was trying to figure out the type of revenue model I was going to use, I researched for a very long time. I generally used a markup model and sometimes a cosign or dropship model. The markup model consisted of buying shoes from a company directly during a limited release drop or buying them from a third party for a price, then upcharging a specific percent or amount to then sell to my customers. The cosign model consisted of people sending me their shoes to post on my social media and me providing a buyer to them for a specific percent or amount. This was very similar to the dropshipping model I used, which consisted of me listing shoes before purchasing them and then buying them with the funds from my customer and giving them to my customer without ever spending my own money. Getting my customers started to get easier as my social media platforms started to gain followings. I started developing market share in not only Johnson County, but all over the state of Kansas. This allowed me to move shoes faster than before, which allowed me to repeat the cycle much faster and provide more options. I used two different types of pricing strategies within my business. The first one was competition led. I did this by figuring out what my competitors were charging for similar shoes and went right in the middle so I could be the most fair price. I also used bundle pricing. If someone wanted to buy multiple pairs of shoes at once, I would give them a cheaper total price so that they would be incentivized to get more than one. My biggest cost driver in my business was my product, which is shoes. I only make around 25 to 35% profit per pair, besides the occasional steal or retail find where I can make 50 to 300%. A lot of money is spent buying the shoes and having them available, which is a lot of sitting cash. Another big cost driver in my business is gas. I have to be able to drive to pick up shoes and also drive to sell shoes to customers. This takes a lot of gas, but is a key part of my business. When I started this business, I used bootstrapping. I used a lot of the money I made from Casey's to directly invest into my business and to obtain shoes upfront without having to borrow anything from anyone. Social capital is one of the biggest aspects of my business. I meet a lot of different people while selling shoes. Making connections has been one of the most important things for me. I was able to meet someone who uses bots for online releases and has a capital of almost 1,000 pairs of shoes. And he taught me a lot about the trends of the shoe community in the market. This helped me grow my business easier and faster. Customer service is one of the biggest parts of my business. Delivering products that the customer is not only happy with, but going the extra mile to make sure anything I can do for them is fulfilled. I believe doing this has led to many sales as I have over 100 positive references on Instagram and Facebook Marketplace. This summer I plan to innovate so that I can stay in the maturity phase and not start going into the decline phase. I plan to do this by offering shoe cleaning services to existing customers who want to get more out of the shoe they paid for and clean it to get a second life. I believe providing this service at a good price to customers who have purchased from me will set me apart from competitors and allow me to grow as a business. Another way I plan to innovate this summer and stay in the maturity phase is by hiring a driver. The reason I would do this is so I can focus on the marketing and purchasing of shoes and let the driver focus on driving to pick them up and sell them. This would allow me to be more efficient and increase my bottom line. I know this might drive up my cost driver, but if I can increase my profits and time, I think it is a smart decision. Thank you for watching. I appreciate all of the knowledge you have taught us this semester and all of the tips you have given us about business. I plan on taking the things I learned in your class and implementing them into my own business. The entrepreneurship mindset you use in your own business has inspired me and shown me what I need to do for mine. Thank you and have a great summer.